everybody. Thank you all for coming. I'm really glad to have you here, and I know it's been a hard time getting away from the schedule, but I appreciate your time. It shows that you really do value your clinical managers. The problem is that, I don't know if you've noticed, but I kind of injured my eye, and although I was going to start this morning, I'm not able to start. So what we're going to do is, Linda Workman was going to come in, but she's not able to make it either. She's traveling, so I took the liberty of calling Jeff Lebow from Lebow and Myers consulting firm, and he was available, and so he's going to come in and facilitate the first part of this meeting. All right? Is everybody okay with that? And I will be back this afternoon if at all possible. I'm going to the doctor's. Thank you all. Let me introduce Jeff Lebow. Jeff, our clinical directors at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. Thank you.
Okay. A little bit unexpected way to start the morning for our clinical directors, so how about if we all stand up for a moment. And let's just take a couple deep breaths so we can kind of get calibrated here. So, feels good. Okay, have a seat, thank you. Probably wondering what I'm doing here, who I am, how all this happened. I met Carlene a couple months ago in a training class. We really hit it off. We've stayed in touch. I was in Cincinnati on a business trip, and we were having dinner last night. And her eyes started to bother her, and progressed, and finally she said, I can't do the session, and my boss is out of town. Could you do it? Luckily, she's done a great job preparing, so I'm going to work off her material. She over-prepares a little bit, so if it's too much, just let me know and we'll move on. There's no need just to do it, just to do it. It's all about being here to serve you guys. I also want to say, as clinical directors and nurse managers, I really have a lot of respect for the great work that you guys do. Really something. I think you're the hardest working people on the planet. So really it's a privilege to get to work with you today. And I'm committed to helping us achieve purpose and being successful. The purpose of our session today, we'll go all the way till 4:30, is to provide input to this next phase, phase 2 of the curriculum design. Success is that by 4:30, you've developed a prioritized list of all the subjects that you would like your direct reports, the clinical managers, to have. So just checking in, is that the meeting you're expecting to be in? Yep. So far so good. I'm going to also need a little help from you guys because after all, this has only literally been in this building for 30 minutes. First time in my life. You guys have the benefit of having worked with each other for some time, and we'll make it work. But this is the name of the game. Everything that we're doing is in support of accomplishing your purpose. So a sample prioritized list. Number 1, chili 101. You guys are in Cincinnati. Who likes chili? Who cooks the best chili in town here?
Skyline.
Better than Wanda's?
I haven't had mine.
Well, there you go. So that's why it's the single most important thing. Number 2, calculus. You want that in the curriculum. There is never an escape from calculus, folks. This proves it. Number 3, Secret Life of Plants, the Monty Python for you snake lovers, and we'll take Ken Griffey Jr. for $50. Alex? Well, we're not really playing Jeopardy, are we? So that's what the end of the day looks like, except it's going to be your real curriculum. Seem reasonable? Yep. Seem doable?
Absolutely.
And I also understand that there is a hard stop at 4:30, and this is kind of it. The opportunity to collect that information. So with your permission, we're really going to go as fast as possible to get right into the meat of it to maximize your time. And it relates to the deliverable. So here's your org chart. Of course, one CEO, your AVPs, and all of you, the clinical directors, all 15 of you, you are a subset, obviously, report to one AVP. The 15 of you supervise 140 clinical managers. Those are the folks that need the education that you're going to be developing for them. They've had 1 year. This is the 2nd year. All of this is in support of getting great supervision for 3,000 nurses. And then, what are nurses here to do? Matt?
Help our patients.
Exactly. Is there anything else that the nurses do?
They keep everybody organized, really. They're the glue.
Keep everybody organized, that's great. In my understanding, and let's check and make sure we're right about this. Last week, the clinical managers did a session like yours to collect their input. Today, your focus group is collecting this information. That's going to get combined, and Carmen and her boss, Dr. Workman, will synthesize that, and on the 11th, next week, or 10 days out rather, they're going to propose kind of that straw man curriculum. And once that's done, there's, what happens here? Have you guys talked about that or seen that before? Kimberly? You have any idea what this is? It's not Pac-Man.
I'm sorry, I didn't follow.
Okay. Is there someone who think?
And I'm just confused on the dates because you've got July 16th, July 23rd, and July 11th. Is like July supposed to be June?
You are absolutely right, Matt.
I'm just trying to understand.
I really appreciate your help on that. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Now, does that make things
Yes.
This has already happened. Here's today. A lot of work will be done with the output from today. That's why it's so critical that we get good product. Then there will be a focus group coming together, some managers and some directors. I don't know if any of you will actually be in this meeting or not. That's way above my pay grade. That will get worked out. From that final input, Carlene and Dr. Workman will come up with the finished design, and at 5 p.m. on the 18th, that's it. And it's frozen, they'll do their last work, and at 8 a.m. on August 1st, phase 2 starts. Is that new information for anybody here?
No, we've been told that.
So I just stood here and told you something you already knew.
Yeah. Good reminder though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I knew all the dates, so that's helpful for me, though. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is part of the calibration that's going on here in real time. If I start to get into something that you guys already know cold, just give me a timeout or let me know, or just say, let's move on. You okay with doing that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure.
Won't hurt my feelings. It's your time that matters here. Because what are we trying to get? What happens if we finish before 4:30?
Go back to work.
It's not gonna happen.
Not going to happen? Why not?
It took us a long time to do year 1, so, I mean, I think we can do it, but I doubt it, surely, knowing this group.
Knowing this group. If we did finish early, would that be okay?
Sure.
I take offense to that, knowing this group. It bothers me.
What, can you elaborate on that a little bit, Jack?
I think she's just saying that we're all in the same mindset as she is, but I'm really enjoying this. I'm getting a lot out of it. I think we can accomplish it by 4:30.
Okay, well, I will put that as a challenge to the group because there's some real good benefits to this. So looking for our ground rules. Now from Georgia, and in Georgia we have some special rules that we use. But we're in Ohio. You might have some special rules for Ohio. So kind of put these out here, and I'm sure there are more that you might want to add, and then we can go through here and see if these make sense. Really what we're going for is your agreement that these are kind of the rules we'll live by, and that's what's going to help us speed through the process to get the input to achieve the purpose of the meeting. Does that make sense? Have you guys ever done this before?
Yep.
So I'm continuing to say things you already know. Please, if you've heard enough, just
These are new ground rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done
We
ground
have-
rules
we haven't
before.
done
but
those
these-
exact
these are
same
different
ground
rules.
okay. So
What's wrong with guns being okay?
Yeah, I'm a little uncomfortable with that.
What's the thing with the guns okay?
Was that just human?
well, no, actually in Georgia, the way the laws are, it is okay for the guns to be in the room, but we're not in Georgia, so
Can
I'm
we
hearing.
propose that that be,
Yeah.
can we propose that that
this
would be
is a
lined out?
hospital.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
we don't do that here.
Everybody okay with gun